We are starting with the audio test Honor 400 versus Samsung Galaxy S25. So we have Honor 400 versus iPhone 16 video, and people loved that video. So I'm comparing another flagship phone to Honor 400 to see how it performs. Comparing with other flagship phone like the Samsung S series, so Honor 400's dual camera system with a 200 megapixel main, while we have a triple camera system on Samsung Galaxy S25 with that 50 megapixel main sensor. I think that's it for a quick audio test. Let the battle begin. On the widest field of view, you will notice that you have a brighter portrait mode on Honor 400 compared to Galaxy S25. Also, the flagship Samsung is natural looking compared to the competition. Both phones have some sort of beautification, but I think it's stronger on the latest Honor 400. On 2x, you would see that Honor 400 is better exposed and also has more details on the face compared to the Samsung flagship. But again, if you wanted a natural looking portrait, then go with the flagship Galaxy S25. The face might be a bit softer on Samsung, but the contrast is stronger than the Honor mid-range. Extending the portrait mode, we got 3x on Honor 400 and 3x and 5x on Galaxy S25. Also, the background blur is creamier on the flagship Samsung. Both phones has 4 focal lengths on the portrait mode, but you have 85mm range on Galaxy S25. On the selfie, I like the cameras of both phones. You got good details on both phones. This is a tie for me. Now we're moving on to the vlogging test on both phones. So Honor 400 versus Galaxy S25 mid-range versus flagship. We can shoot 4K on both phones and we can shoot 4K 60 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S25. I know I have a lot of Samsung fans in the channel, but if you look on this comparison objectively, we can say that Samsung Galaxy S25 is natural looking and also brighter compared to a more contrasty and warmer Honor 400. Also a bit beautified in terms of the skin tone. But in terms of vlogging, if you'll be using these phones for vlogging, I think this is a matter of personal choice. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now this is the sit-down vlogging test using the rear camera, 4K 30 FPS on both phones. Again, we can shoot 60 FPS on the flagship S25. In terms of field of view, it's wider on Galaxy S25 at 0.6x compared to 0.7x on Honor 400. In terms of video quality, you got really good details on both phones. I probably would prefer the quality on Galaxy S25 compared to Honor 400. I think this is the Waterloo of Honor 400 phone, which is the ultra-wide lens. In terms of colors, you got a brighter Honor 400 compared to a natural-looking neutral tone on Galaxy S25. This is my face close-up on the ultra-wide lens. I think that's it. Let's check the main sensor. Now this is the main sensor, 4K 30 FPS on both phones. So this is a sit-down vlogging test again for you to see what you would look like when you vlog using these two phones. In terms of the specs, we got 50 megapixel sensor on Samsung Galaxy S25 and 200 megapixel on Honor 400. It's actually a Samsung sensor. And in terms of details, I like the details on both phones. Very detailed on Samsung Galaxy S25 and also on Honor 400. We might have better details on Honor 400. Now, in terms of color profile and white balance, we got a whiter or brighter Honor 400 compared to a more natural looking Samsung Galaxy S25. I think I still prefer S25 over Honor 400, but again, this is a matter of personal choice. This is my face close-up on the main sensor. Now let's check the zoom. Now we're testing the 3x on both phones. We have a 10 megapixel 3x optical on Samsung Galaxy S25, and we're just cropping in on the 200 megapixel sensor on Honor 400. This is the video quality on both phones. So which do you think is better in terms of the ultra wide, the selfie, the main sensor, and even the zoom? Now let's check the image quality. On the ultra-wide, we got a wider field of view on Galaxy S25. Also, the colors are natural looking compared to the darker and more contrasty look of Honor 400. Also, in terms of white balance, the images on the Honor 400 is warmer compared to the Samsung competition.
Do what you do. All of this looks like gold.
On the main sensor, same as the ultra-wide, we got a wider FOV on Samsung Galaxy S25, but both phones looks natural looking, just a bit colorful on Honor 400. We may have better details on Honor 400 because of the 200 megapixel, but Galaxy S25 is really good too.
Are you seeing clear? Are you seeing clear? All the colors here.
On 3x, we got optical zoom on Galaxy S25, so it looks natural and softer. Although Honor 400 is really good crop, it's a lossless crop from the 200 megapixel main.
Show you something that'll blow your mind. I like where this is going.
We have macro mode on Honor 400, but you can only zoom in on Galaxy S25 using the 3x.
Make you look twice.
Both has 30 times, but you get better quality and sharpness on Galaxy S25.
What a touch, what a touch, what a touch turns to gold.
This is the video quality test, starting with the selfie video recording 4K 60 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S25 and 4K 30 FPS on Honor 400. Let's switch to the 30 FPS. And this is the 30 FPS video for both phones, 4K 30 FPS. So we have a colorful Galaxy S25 compared to a natural looking Honor 400. In terms of autofocus, which is faster and better. And looking at the color of the grass, almost the same look actually. Greener on Samsung Galaxy S25 compared to a brighter Honor 400. Let's check the video stabilization. Alright, let's check the rear cameras. Alright, rear cameras 4K 30 FPS. So we have a wider field of view 0.6x on Galaxy S25 versus 0.7x on Honor 400. Wider on Samsung Galaxy S25. Again, in terms of colors, natural looking on Honor 400 compared to a more vibrant look of Galaxy S25. Let's check the autofocus. And let's check the vlogging test. So this is what it looks like using the ultra wide of both phones, vlogging outdoors. Let's check the video stabilization. Now switching to the main sensor. So we have a more contrasty look on Samsung Galaxy S25. Look at the sky, the clouds, and the grass. Much colorful on the flagship Galaxy S25. Let's check the vlogging test outdoors. So this is what it looks like with subject in frame, vlogging outdoors. Let's check the autofocus quickly. And we might see more details on that 50 megapixel sensor on Samsung Galaxy S25. Let's check the video stabilization. Now we have 3x optical zoom on Samsung Galaxy S25, and we only have digital crop on Honor 400. So this is 3x digital versus optical. Can you see the difference in terms of video quality? I like the colors, the details, and the softness of S25 compared to Honor 400. But again, this is a matter of personal taste. Let's check the video stabilization quickly. And going for the 4D zoom, we got 10x on Honor 400 and 12x on S25. You got better details and sharpness on S25 compared to Honor 400. Switching to the ultra wide, which phone do you think is better? On the ultra-wide for night shots, you got better quality on Galaxy S25, and if you look on the colors and details, it is softer on Honor 400.
Stop it. Can't handle it. Can't fight it. Don't
On pitch black condition, it is better exposed on Galaxy S25.
stopping. We the whole party, yeah, we popping.
On the main sensor, again, same tendency as the ultra-wide. We got a natural-looking HDR look on Galaxy S25, and we got better exposure and brighter on Honor 400.
Wanna lose it? Go wanna lose it? 3, 2, 1. Go wanna lose your minds.
On pitch black or darker situation, again, you got a brighter Galaxy S25.
3, 2.
Now on 3x, we may have a better quality Honor 400 because it's using the main sensor. You got really good colors and sharpness on the crop. And lastly, on pitch black condition, although darker, we got better details on Honor 400.
Don't overthink it. Get loose with it.
Alright, low light video test starting with the selfie camera, 4K on both phones. So we have Honor 400. This is retailing at $600 versus Galaxy S25, $800. So 3/4 in terms of pricing. But on low light video test, can you feel the difference? We got 1x and 0.8x on Honor 400. You cannot zoom on Galaxy S25. And in terms of video quality, we got a brighter and smoother Samsung Galaxy S25 compared to a darker but has better colors on Honor 400, more contrasty feel. I also turned on HDR on Samsung Galaxy S25 so you can see the difference. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Alright, rear camera test starting with the ultra wide, so 0.7x on Honor 400 and 0.6x on Samsung Galaxy S25, wider on the flagship Samsung. In terms of video quality, we have a more contrasty feel but noisier on Honor 400, and we got better exposure and brighter on Galaxy S25. HDR is on again on Samsung Galaxy S25. Now we're checking the main sensor of both phones, 4K 30 FPS. This is a battle of 200 megapixel on Honor 400 versus 50 megapixel on Samsung Galaxy S25. In terms of video quality, they actually switched or interchanged. Now you have a brighter Honor 400 compared to Galaxy S25 that has more texture on the video. You have more colors as well. This is HDR on the Samsung flagship. I think this will be a matter of personal taste for both phones, but both are really good in terms of low light video performance on the main sensor. I think that's it. Let's check the zoom. Now this is the battle of the zoom. So we have 3x crop on Honor 400, which is cropping in on a 200 megapixel sensor versus the 3x telephoto on Samsung Galaxy S25. We have a proper triple camera setup on this phone with that 10 megapixel telephoto. I think that's it for the low light video test. Which phone do you think is better in terms of zoom? Now let's check the video resolution. And lastly, we have the video resolution test starting with Honor 400. This is 4K 30 FPS. And this is the much better 8K video recording, 8K 30 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S25. I think that's it for a camera comparison video. Which do you think is better? Honor 400 or Samsung Galaxy S25 price to performance ratio? Leave your comment down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.